and welcome back to my channel, Black Imperial Travel. Today is Sunday, September 8th. It is 12:10 p.m. And if you're all caught up on my vlogs and you're like, all caught up and on time, then I've moved from Spain. I moved from Spain back in July. And I am now back in my hometown of Charlotte, North Carolina. But just because I'm back in Charlotte doesn't mean that the vlogs are stopping, because obviously I still have a passion for travel, still love to travel, still plan on traveling, of course, and sharing that with you all. But also, there are a lot of gems here in North Carolina, South Carolina, and the surrounding areas. So today marks the start of a new section of my channel called Local Finds. So today's local find is Southern Grace Distilleries, and it's about an hour outside of Charlotte, I believe in Mount Pleasant, North Carolina. I'll have to verify that. But basically, funny story, how I found out about Southern Grace Distilleries is I had jury duty. And I happened to have jury duty during Juror Appreciation Week here in Charlotte. The jury duty was here in Charlotte, but Juror Appreciation Week is a thing nationally, I guess. I don't know. The point is, there was a raffle. I entered the raffle and I won a free tour of the distillery. I've never been, and I'm gonna join a couple of my friends who have been here on the vlog before. Y'all have seen them, my same friends, literally, that I've had since high school. And we're all gonna go together to Southern Grace Distilleries and have a good time and enjoy our afternoon. I'm about to head to one of my friends' houses now, because we're all gonna meet at his house, and then we're gonna carpool together to the distillery, because like I said, the distillery is about an hour outside of Charlotte. So something new, something exciting, but something that none of us have seen before. So y'all already know how this goes. Come along, let's go. Oh, we can't get right. It's 1:13 p.m. We're on the way. Everyone. Hello. Can you see everyone? Okay, we're on the way to the distillery. We should be there in 40 minutes.
What do you call your vlog people?
What?
Walkeisha. We gotta find the vlog.
Y'all should tell me what y'all want to be called.
Yeah. We need to go get a
love
cool
y'all,
name.
but I don't have a name. I don't know if y'all can hear that music, but yeah, we're here. It's literally like 1:53. We're here in the sticks. So we've checked in out here on the patio, which is actually very nice. So the tour starts in a couple minutes. We got checked in, that was easy. Pretty sure I mentioned earlier, but with the raffle I won, the tour for us is free. But I think it normally costs, I'm gonna have to verify. Yeah, there's Aubrey in the back. I think $14 per person normally, but I will verify that and put the price so that y'all know. But we're about to get started here in a few minutes. Also, there is a lot of music playing in the background and things, so a lot of this I'll probably have to mute because, as you know, YouTube copyrights music, but I will remember everything so I can voice it over for you all. This was an actual prison in operation up until 2011. I don't know if you all could tell, but me and my friends had no idea that we were about to enter into a real former prison that was actually, they had prisoners there up until 2011. We had no idea. None of us had ever been in a prison before. So there's definitely a first time for everything. So after we got a look around at the prison, each dorm had its own purpose. So the D dorm, which we're going into now, is the distilling dorm, and this is where they showed us all of the whiskey that they're currently distilling and their particular distilling process for how Southern Grace makes their particular whiskey. So that was very fascinating. G-Dorm, I don't think it had alliteration here for G-Dorm, but that's where they were barreling some of the whiskey and putting it into the barrels. So the prison that we're in now was referred to as the new prison, and we'll actually be going over to the old prison here pretty soon, because that's where they store all the bottles for them to ferment and age. But we also got to check out the solitary confinement area and learn a little bit about the bourbon making process, which I personally do know a lot about, as this is not my first distillery. If you've been on this channel, you know I love alcohol tourism. So we were on our way to the old prison, which was built in the 20s, I believe, so 1920. And this is where they're currently housing all of their whiskey that they're going to eventually bottle and put out on the market for purchase. So this was something new. This was something I had never seen. A former prison being a whiskey distillery. So like I said, definitely a first time for everything. We were really fascinated. The tour ran a little over an hour, and then we got to our favorite part, which is the tasting. You know what time it is. It's tasting time.
This is our Conviction White Dog. This is that 105 proof corn whiskey.
Are we doing it or no?
Yes. Yeah. Cheers, guys. Cheers. Get behind here.
Where's everybody? Cheers. Everybody's not in it. Oh. We're trying our best.
All right, y'all.
I'll come down this side. This is a solitary confinement.
Nope. Because of the music playing in the background, I naturally had to mute the rest of the tasting. However, we got to try a lot of their whiskeys. Me and Aubrey right here, we tried a whole bunch. Ashley and Brandon tapped out a little early because they're not true whiskey girls like me. But as you saw on that table, we tried everything that they would let us try, which I want to say was about 9 different whiskeys. Maybe 10. Every single whiskey we had was very, very good. There were subtle differences between the whiskey, the flavor notes, depending on how long they were aged, or the proof or the barrel that they were aged in at the time. But I tried, like I said, everyone that they would let me try. And he was really informative about each whiskey and their process. But their whiskey, on average, is bottled and barreled and aged for a little over 3 years. But like this one with the Cask Strength Reserve, this one is aged for a little longer. This one was probably the strongest whiskey, but it was probably my favorite of them all. And then we ended off with their 42%, which is a pink lemonade, something cute and refreshing to end off the tour overall. I loved it. It is 3:38 p.m. We have finished our tour at the Prison, aka Whiskey Distillery. Really cool, really insightful. So now I don't know what we're doing, but I know we're leaving here. Hey y'all, so as you can see, it is 6:14 p.m. I am officially back home from our day at the distillery. There were some things I did not record. The group kind of split up. Aubrey left because she had something else to do, and me, Ashley, and Brandon literally just went to go get some wings real quick, and I just honestly didn't think that was vlog worthy. But the reason why we were here was for the new local find in Mount Pleasant, North Carolina, of the Southern Grace Distilleries. Great tour, great place, great people. Definitely recommend it if you're local to North Carolina or visiting North Carolina, because it was a really cool visit and it was definitely worthwhile. Like, when can you say that you've been to a former prison that was converted to a bourbon distillery? So I enjoyed myself, and I hope y'all did too. See you next time.